Welcome back to another episode of the No Shame with Shane podcast, where the takes have no lies, no bias, but most importantly, no shame. I'm your host, Shane Forden, with all the shameless sports takes. We got a lot to go over today, and of course, you know what we got to start it off with? We got to start it off with some more Jalen Hurts drama. A video posted by the Eagles social media team has been going viral this week, showing Jalen Hurts throwing an interception to Quinyon Mitchell, an elite corner, the Quintonamo Bay, in Philly during training camp this week. I honestly think this is crazy. Like, the social media team, they've been getting a lot of backlash on social media saying that, they shouldn't have posted this. It makes Jalen Hurts look bad. Other than the Jalen Hurts haters, they got to pile on and say, well, this is y'all's quarterback. Well, Jalen Hurts, how could he make this terrible throw and whatnot? Yada, 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 yada. Bro, honestly think all of the noise surrounding this video is honestly insane to me, bro. I've never seen training camp footage get dissected to this level. I've never seen training camp footage get dissected to this level. You can't look at training camp footage. You can't look at a highlight of a touchdown being caught or thrown and say, I got to take that with a grain of salt. It's only training camp. It's not a real game. And then look at this video and be concerned or use this as evidence to Jalen Hurts being a non-elite quarterback. Bro, that makes honestly no sense to me, bro. The same people who, I look at this Jalen Hurts video of him throwing a pick to Quinyon Mitchell, 17 million views on Twitter. 17 million views. This video was getting blown up just for no reason. And honestly, and looking at this Jalen Hurts video, this video of Jalen Hurts throwing an interception to Quinyon Mitchell in practice, bro, we can't look at training camp highlights of people throwing touchdowns, catching touchdowns, running for touchdowns, and say, it's only training camp. We got to take it with a grain of salt. It's only training camp. But then look at this video of Jalen Hurts throwing a pick and say, that's a problem. That's a problem. How could he throw a pick like that in this situation on that play call? Bro, it's double standards. It makes no sense. Now all of a sudden training camp highlights matter. Now all of a sudden training camp highlights matter because it's Jalen Hurts making a mistake on camera. Now training camp footage matters. But if it's someone else throwing a touchdown, if it's someone else doing this or that, we got to take it with a grain of salt. If it's Jalen Hurts throwing a touchdown in camp, if it's Jalen Hurts making a highlight play to Dontavian Wicks, that gets downplayed. That gets watered down. It's only practice. But him throwing an interception gets blown up. Bro, think about this for a second. It honestly makes no sense that this video of Jalen Hurts throwing an interception to Quinyon Mitchell is blowing up. When it makes no sense because people will see a video of Jalen Hurts making a highlight play to Dontavian Wicks in practice or a highlight play to Devontae Smith in practice. They'll see that video and say, it's only training camp, it's only practice, no big deal. But then they'll see this video of Jalen Hurts making a mistake and throwing an interception in practice to Quinyon Mitchell and say, that's a problem. Jalen Hurts having a highlight play with a receiver who isn't even top 15 in the league, and we'll say, that's no problem. But a video of Jalen Hurts making a mistake, throwing an interception to an elite corner, getting picked off by an elite top 5 corner in the NFL, and say that's a problem. That makes no sense. It honestly makes no sense, bro. And honestly, I hate that people are using this as ammo against Jalen Hurts. I hate that people are using this as ammo against Jalen Hurts because, bro, quarterbacks make mistakes in training camp. One, they make mistakes in training camp. And two, honestly, I hate that people are using this video as ammo against Jalen Hurts instead of a compliment to Quinyon Mitchell. Bro, this video doesn't necessarily make Jalen Hurts look bad. It just makes Quinyon Mitchell look good. That was the point of posting this video. It was to highlight or our elite corner making an elite play in training camp before, leading up to the season. Because we're going to be seeing a lot of that during the regular season. That was the point of the video. It wasn't to make Jalen Hurts look bad. It was to compliment Quinyon Mitchell. Like, this doesn't have to be a Hurts hate thing. Quarterbacks make mistakes in practice all the time. That's where you're supposed to make mistakes before you get to the game, before you get to the season. Like, I hate that this video is being used as ammo against Jalen Hurts as opposed to a compliment to Quinyon Mitchell. Like, that's what this is. This video is not about Jalen Hurts making a mistake. It's about Quinyon Mitchell making a bang elite play as an elite corner. Like, bro, if you look at this, if you watch that video of Jalen Hurts throwing a pick to Quinyon Mitchell made a great play. Like, yes, the throw could have been better. It maybe wasn't the best throw by Hurts, but it was just better. It was just good defense by Quinyon Mitchell. You could clearly see Quinyon Mitchell read the play. He read Jalen Hurts' eyes. He undercut the route. He played the ball. He saw a ball, played the ball, took the ball. That's what elite corners in the NFL do. Like, this video should not be used as ammo against Jalen Hurts as opposed to a compliment to Quinyon Mitchell, because that's what it is. That's really what it is. And it honestly makes no sense to me. Bro, quarterbacks make mistakes in training camp. It happens. They make mistakes in training camp. Jalen Hurts throwing an interception, getting picked off by Quinyon Mitchell in practice, an elite corner, does not mean Jalen Hurts is any less of a quarterback. It's training camp. Quarterbacks make mistakes. This is where quarterbacks should be making mistakes. Practice is where quarterbacks should be making mistakes to get it out of their system before the season rolls around. That's what happens. No quarterback, elite or non-elite, is 100% perfect in training camp. No quarterback. No quarterback has been perfect this season, this offseason in training camp so far. No quarterback. Quarterbacks make mistakes. That's what practice is for. Jalen Hurts getting picked off by Quinyon Mitchell in practice is not something, should not be making people think that Jalen Hurts is any less of a quarterback. It shouldn't. Like, bro, Jalen Hurts throwing a pick to Quinyon Mitchell should not be concerning to the public. It shouldn't be concerning to the public. One, Quinyon Mitchell is an elite corner. That's what he does. He plays the ball. He takes the ball away. He's a disruptor. That's what Quinyon Mitchell does. Not only is Quinyon Mitchell an elite quarterback, but he is also on a defense that is playing in the same system for a third consecutive year as opposed to Jalen Hurts in this offense. Like I've been saying this since the jump, it should not be concerning that the defense is outshining the offense in training camp right now. Jalen Hurts is learning a new offense. This offense is learning a new offense under first-year coordinator Sean Mannion. Quinyon Mitchell and this defense, they're just stacking on what they've been running for the past 3 seasons now. Like, bro, Quinyon Mitchell picking off Jalen Hurts in training camp should not be this big of a deal. It's crazy that it's going this viral, that it's as viral as it is. But honestly, this video of Jalen Hurts throwing an interception to Quinyon Mitchell, like the way it's blowing up, the way it's just racking up tens of millions of views right now, up to 17 million views on Twitter right now, it honestly proves that the standard for Jalen Hurts is higher than any other quarterback in the NFL. The way this video is going viral right now of Jalen Hurts throwing an interception to Quinyon Mitchell in training camp, it proves that the standards for Jalen Hurts are higher than any other quarterback in the NFL. Are higher. Like, bro, honestly, Hurts is not allowed to make a mistake. That's honestly what it's giving. Hurts is not allowed to make a single mistake. Like, it's honestly crazy. Like, Jalen Hurts, he is held to a higher standard than any other quarterback in the NFL, but he is treated like he's less than any other good quarterback in the NFL. Make that make sense to me. How is he held to a higher standard than everyone else in the league, but he's also treated like he is not as good as all of the other good to above average quarterbacks and elite quarterbacks in the NFL. That makes zero sense to me. Jalen Hurts is not allowed to make a mistake. He's just not. Like, that's honestly what this shows me. This video proves that the standards for Jalen Hurts compared to everyone else are just so much higher. And it's honestly unfair. Like, this video going viral, this video of Jalen Hurts throwing an interception to Quinyon Mitchell going viral, it proves that the standards for Jalen Hurts are higher than any other quarterback in the NFL. Because when any other quarterback in the league makes a mistake like this in training camp, it is never blown up to this proportion. Like any other good quarterback, good to elite quarterback in the NFL, when they make a similar mistake like this in training camp, a turnover, a fumble, this and that, any mistake of any kind, it is never blown up to this proportion. It is not. No other video like this has gotten 17 million views on Twitter. Josh Allen literally threw an interception the same exact day as Jalen Hurts did. That video only got 4 million views on Twitter. There's a video of Patrick Mahomes literally hitting the back of his center's head, and that's not being talked about. Jaden Daniels threw an interception to Rasul Douglas on the first day of training camp that probably in a game could have been a pick six. That's not being talked about. Jalen Hurts throws an interception to an elite, gets picked off by one of the best corners in the entire NFL in practice, and that is literally going viral on social media. The standards for Jalen Hurts are higher than any other quarterback in the NFL because he's the only one that's not allowed to make a mistake. Josh Allen makes a mistake, it's swept under the rug. Patrick Mahomes makes a mistake, it's swept under the rug. Jaden Daniels makes a mistake, it's swept under the rug. Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow make a mistake, it's swept under the rug. Drake May, swept under the rug. Jalen Hurts is the only quarterback in the league that is not allowed to make a mistake. And it's because the standards for him are so much higher than everyone else. It honestly makes no sense. It really makes zero sense. The amount of criticism and ridicule that Jalen Hurts is subject to when he's also at the same time not praised like a quarterback at that level. Like it really doesn't make sense. It really makes no sense, bro. But moving on to our next topic of the day, looking at some NBA news. The NBA schedule has dropped this week for the regular season for all teams in the NBA for the 82-game schedule. And to open up the season, we will be seeing the Knicks host the Sixers the night of their ring ceremony. The Knicks will be hosting the Sixers at the Garden on banner night, on ring night. And honestly, I couldn't be happier. I honestly couldn't be happier that the Knicks are hosting the Sixers to open up the season on the night they are hanging up their championship banner and getting their rings. I couldn't be happier because you all really just gave the hungriest team in the NBA arguably more fuel. Like you're like a team that is already going into this season hungry, that is already energized with how revamped this roster is, with how talented this roster is, with the history of losing in the playoffs that this team has leading up to this year. That team was already hungry. But now you're telling me this team has to watch the Knicks, a team that beat them in the playoffs, has to watch the Knicks hang up their championship banners and put those rings on and take pics and whatnot? The whole ring presentation? Bro, that's exactly what my Sixers need to start off the year on a high note. That's exactly what my Sixers need, bro. Honestly, this game between the Sixers and the Knicks will set the tone for the rest of the season. The Sixers in this game against the Knicks will set the tone for the rest of the regular season because this is not the same Sixers team that the Knicks have seen in the past. This is not the same Sixers team that the Knicks saw last year. It's not the same Sixers team that the Knicks saw the year before that. This is a totally different team. This team, one, is way better offensively with multiple 20-point scorers. It's way better defensively with 3 lockdown defenders and every starter really being able to play defense. It's deeper, a much more complete squad coming off the bench, guys that can drop 15 points, solid 3-and-D guys, rebounders. And this team also will have a better flow. It'll have a better gameplay flow. Like the ball movement will be better. The playmaking will be better with LeBron James sort of playing that floor general role that he is known for. This is a totally different team that the Knicks will be seeing this year in the 2026 Sixers. And honestly, the Sixers in this game are going to set the tone for the rest of the regular season for sure. The Sixers on opening night against the Knicks in the Garden on ring night are going to humble the Knicks. Because the Knicks, are going to be coming into this game in a celebratory mood. They think they're going to go back to back. They're feeling a little cocky. They just hung up their banners. They got their rings. The Knicks are going to be coming into this one with back-to-back hopes, feeling cocky. The Sixers are shutting all that down night one. The Sixers are going to humble the Knicks in this season opener for sure. Because honestly, the Knicks are going to get embarrassed. They're going to get embarrassed because the Sixers, being as talented as they are, as well coached as they are, and as deep as they are this year, they now will have an added motivation going into the first game of the year because they're going to be forced to watch the Knicks celebrate winning a championship, a team that has beaten them in the playoffs. That added motivation is going to be what the Sixers, that added motivation is what the Sixers is going to use. The Sixers are going to use to embarrass the Knicks on opening night. The Sixers are going to embarrass the Knicks on opening night 1,000%. The Sixers are going to embarrass the Knicks on opening night because they are going to have that added motivation of having to watch these guys go through the ring ceremony and celebrate their championship. And that is honestly just adding fuel to the fire. That will be added fuel to the fire for this Sixers team that has nothing but hungry dudes that are all on a mission, that all feel like they have something to prove this year. A roster full of dudes that feel like they have something to prove. You look at Bron. Obviously, he wants ring number 5, which is why he came to Philly. You look at Jaylen Brown. He wants to show he can win without Jason Tatum. You look at Embiid. Embiid wants a ring so he can be solidified as one of the best bigs of all time. Tyrese Maxey, he's been wanting a ring since he's come close. He is always in the playoffs. He's been in the playoffs since he's gotten drafted. He wants a ring. VJ Edgecombe, he wants a ring. He's used to living off a generator. He wants a ring. He's been hungry. Bro, the Knicks are in trouble. The fact that the Knicks have to play this Sixers team opening night, minutes after hanging up their championship banner, doing it in their face. They're playing this Sixers. Bro, the Knicks are in trouble. The Sixers 1,000% are going to embarrass the Knicks on opening night because after having to watch that ring ceremony, it is just going to be added fuel to the fire. Fire that they are going to use to just utterly dismantle the New York Knicks. For sure. This is going to be a bloodbath for the Knicks. It's going to be a bloodbath. You got too many players that are already going into this game super motivated, highly motivated. They got to watch y'all put the rings on. Y'all are catching hell. Y'all are catching hell. And honestly, looking at this matchup, the Sixers have to attack Jalen Brunson. The Sixers have to attack Jalen Brunson. Like, honestly, there's no way Brunson doesn't get exposed in this matchup because Brunson can't hide this year like he was able to last year. Like, he can't get away with guarding Kelly Oubre the way he was able to get away with it last year. Whoever Jalen Brunson guards will be capable of going off for 30 that night. 30 that night because Jalen Brunson isn't holding anybody on this team. He's got to guard somebody. Like, bro, if he guards Maxey, Tyrese Maxey can easily drop 30 on Brunson. Jalen Brunson isn't stopping VJ from going off for 30, just off that pure athleticism. Jalen Brunson isn't stopping Jaylen Brown from going off for 30. Jalen Brunson isn't stopping LeBron James from going off for 30. And do I even need to say anything about Embiid? There's no way he is being assigned to Joel Embiid, obviously. So whoever Jalen Brunson guards, They're liable to go off for 30 points that night. And honestly, whoever Jalen Brunson is guarding, that's who needs to be on the attack. There's no way Brunson doesn't get exposed in this matchup against the Sixers. There's no way. Jalen Brunson is going to get absolutely bullied in this matchup. And honestly, that's the key. That's honestly the key. If we make Jalen Brunson play defense, the Sixers have this game in the bag. They have this game in the bag. If the Sixers make Jalen Brunson play defense, the Sixers will embarrass the Knicks. Because Jalen Brunson is not stopping Tyrese Maxey. He's not stopping Jaylen Brown off the dribble. He's definitely not stopping LeBron Ramon James off the dribble or in the paint, back to basket. Not a chance. He's not stopping the athleticism of VJ Edgecombe. And if he even tries to guard Embiid, Embiid is going to embarrass him. Like, his legs are going to be on Jalen Brunson's head. Like, it's going to get ugly for Jalen Brunson. It's going to get ugly. If the Sixers make Jalen Brunson play defense and just whoever he's on, that the offense has to, and the offense just runs through that person and that person just be on the constant attack. If the Sixers make Brunson play defense, the Sixers are embarrassing the Knicks 1,000%. And that's the key. For sure. Embarrassing him 1,000%. Like, honestly, in this matchup, this opening night matchup with the Sixers versus the Knicks, the Sixers are going to turn Jalen Brunson into a bigger liability on defense than he is an asset on offense. In this matchup, Jalen Hurts will be a bigger defensive liability than he is an offensive asset. Because there's no one in this starting five, just looking at the starting five alone, there's no one that Jalen Brunson is going to seriously be able to guard. There's no one he's seriously going to be able to guard. There's no every one of our starters are either way more athletic than Jalen Brunson or just way bigger than Jalen Brunson. Like, you look at Maxey. Maxey can easily drop a good 25 to 30 on Brunson's head, maybe 40. Jaylen Brown can drop a good 30 to 40 on Brunson's head. LeBron can go off for 25 to 30. VJ, I think, can go off for 25 to 30 on Brunson. Embiid can drop 70 on Brunson if he even dare. But obviously that wouldn't happen. But if he even dare, anytime Brunson is on Embiid, call ISO. Put your butt right on the block. Go to work. That's an easy bucket. Honestly, Jalen Brunson is going to be a huge liability defensively in this game and could possibly be more of a weakness than a strength for the Knicks, because in this game, the Knicks are going to have to play defense. They won't be able to survive this game by just running and gunning, by just scoring, trying to score in transition, getting back, just trying to mainly just work in the transition game. The Knicks are going to have to play defense to win this game. And if their best player is their worst defender, that's going to be a real problem for the Knicks. Brunson is going to be a bigger weakness in this game for the Knicks than he will be a strength. Because honestly, not only will Brunson not be able to guard any one of our starters, but all of our starters can also stifle Brunson on offense. All of our starters can also play defense, have the ability to play lockdown defense. Brunson can't stop Maxey from dropping 30, but Maxey can stifle Brunson and possibly hold him to 20. Brunson can't stop VJ from going off for 25, but VJ can certainly lock down Brunson. Brunson can't stop Jaylen Brown for going off for 30, but Jaylen Brown can put Brunson in handcuffs. LeBron James can't stop him from going off for 25, but Bron can certainly stifle Brunson. So not only will Brunson not be able to guard anyone defensively, any one of our starters, all of our starters have the ability to stifle Brunson on the defensive end. So honestly, Brunson is going to be a bigger liability in this game against the Sixers than he will be an asset because of his inability to play defense. For sure. But going back to some NFL news, A.J. Brown in training camp this week, absolutely torching Sauce Gardner, a guy who at one point was a top 3 corner in the league. Like, bro, look at this. Straight off the line. Breaks him down. Makes Sauce touch earth. That's an easy touchdown because you know Sauce isn't getting AJ on the ground. AJ Brown absolutely cooked Sauce Gardner. And honestly, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of that this year. Honestly, looking at this video, it really just reinforces my thought process, and that A.J. Brown can definitely be a 1,400 yard to 1,500 yard receiver this year for sure. A.J. Brown 1,000% this season can be a 1,400 to 1,500 yard receiver for sure. Like, because on this team, he's going to get 160 to 170 targets, anywhere between those two numbers. He's the, just being the focus of this offense. He's going to get more targets. He has a quarterback that can get him the ball. He has an air raid quarterback that'll air it out and get him the ball in Drake May. He has competent coaching in Josh McDaniels, OC for the Patriots. And he's in a division that doesn't have any elite secondary work. Has no elite secondary work. Bro, I know for a fact A.J. Brown can be a 1,400 to 1,500 yard receiver this year because of he's honestly set up to succeed in this system. In this situation, he's set up to succeed. It's according to what he wants specifically, which is individual stats, AJ is set up to succeed. Bro, he's the immediate focus of this offense, being the best player. First time he's ever been the best player on an offense in his career. So he's going to get anywhere between 160 to 170 targets. He has an air raid quarterback in Drake May that'll get him the ball in those tight windows. That'll air it out to him. He has competent coaching in Josh McDaniels. And he is in a division that has no elite secondaries whatsoever. No secondary in the AFC East, other than the Patriots, will be able to hold A.J. Brown. And those are defenses he's going to be seeing twice this season. So there's no reason for me to believe that AJ can't be and won't be a 1,400 yard to 1,500 yard receiver on the season. For sure. Because this is honestly, according to what AJ wanted, according to what he wants, this is the best situation for him. This is the best situation for AJ Brown according to what he wanted, which was to be the focus of an offense and to get the ball. He don't necessarily care about winning right now. I don't care what he says. There's no way he cares more about winning than getting stats. Because if that were true, he'd still be in Philly. So according to what AJ wants, this is the best situation for him because he's going to get the ball. They're going to intentionally focus on getting AJ Brown the ball. AJ could potentially have a career year this year. For sure. AJ Brown could potentially have a career year this year, 1,000%. Because he's going to get the targets. Bro, AJ Brown is definitely going to have a career year this year because, one, he's going to get the targets, being the focus of the offense. He doesn't play many elite defenses this year, aside from the Seahawks in week 1, the Steelers in week 2, and maybe the Broncos in week 17 if they're still playing their starters at that point in the season. And there's honestly, even just looking at the division itself, there's no secondaries that'll be able to really hold A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown is primed to have a career year this year because he's set up perfectly to succeed. He's set up perfectly to succeed. He's going to get the targets. He's the focus of the offense. But honestly, a big reason why I think A.J. Brown will have a career year this year is because he's not seeing a lot of elite defenses this year. You look at the schedule, there's only really 3 defenses that, one, are solid defenses and have the secondary to be able to try to contain AJ Brown with. Other than the only elite defenses or elite secondaries that AJ Brown is going to see this year are the Seahawks in week 1, Devin Witherspoon and the Seahawks, Joey Porter Jr. and the Steelers, with Jalen Ramsey in that secondary. And then you got obviously Patrick Surtain and the Broncos in week 17. Those are the only elite defenses that A.J. Brown and this offense are going to be facing this season. It's a tougher schedule in general than it was last year, like team-wise. But defensively, this is not a tough schedule for A.J. Brown and this offense at all. At all. Like, other than those three defenses, no other defenses on their schedule this year will really be able to hold A.J. Brown. No other defense. Like the Seahawks, they might have something for A.J. with Devin Witherspoon, with Nick Amanwari when he's healthy, with that secondary they have. Just picked up Tyrion Arnold, at least a starter capable DB. You look at the Steelers, obviously they have just an overall elite defense, I think, still, in my opinion. And then the Broncos, obviously, if they're playing their starters in week 17, they got the best corner in the league. They got one of the best D-lines in the league. So Drake May is going to be feeling pressure. So, like, other than those three units, there's really no other defense that will be able to hold A.J. Brown this year out of the teams that they're going to be seeing, out of the teams they're going to be playing this year. So A.J. Brown can definitely have a career year this year, 1,000%. But honestly, A.J. Brown could have his best career year this year, but it won't be because he has a better quarterback this year than what he did last year. Like A.J. Brown, if he has a career year this year, it won't be because Drake May is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. That's not going to be the case. Like, it'll be because A.J. Brown and the Patriots have a schedule that has very few elite defenses. It'll be because he's the center of an offense for the first time in his career. It'll be because he is set up to dominate in a system that is very well coached offensively with Josh McDaniels. Like, those are the reasons why A.J. Brown will have a career year this year. Not because Drake May is supposedly better than Jalen Hurts. He's not. He's not. Drake May is not a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. If A.J. Brown has a career year this year, it won't be because Drake May is better than Hurts. It'll be because he is in a favorable system that is focused on his success. The Eagles' offense wasn't focused on A.J. Brown's success. It was focused on winning. It was focused on winning. The Patriots' offense will be focused and centered around A.J. Brown's success. That's why A.J., if he does, would have a career year this year. Not because he has a better quarterback than what he did in Philly in Jalen Hurts. Not at all. And honestly, I think A.J. Brown will frankly cook this year, but I don't think the Patriots are going back to the Super Bowl. I don't. I honestly think the Patriots have a better chance of missing the playoffs entirely than getting back to the Super Bowl. Honestly, in my opinion, the Patriots can easily go 7-10 this year and miss the playoffs entirely. Easily go 7-10. I think AJ can still cook, but I don't think it'll result in wins entirely. Like, you look at their schedule, Patriots schedule. I think they go 7-10. You got the Seahawks week 1. I think they lose that game. I think they lose to the Steelers in week 2. I think they could really have a good chance of losing to the Jags in week 3. I think they're losing to Josh Allen and DJ Moore and the Bills week 4. I think they get the dub against the Raiders in week 5. I think they get the dub against the Jets in week 6. But then I think they lose to Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson and the Bears in week 7. I think week 8, they get a win over the Dolphins. Not much talent over there. But then I think they lose to the Packers the very next week. Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur. Micah Parsons, healthy. I think they could potentially beat the Lions. I think they could potentially beat the Chargers. I think they then lose to the Vikings. I think the Vikings are going to be really good this year with Kyler and Justin Jefferson. I think they then lose to the Chiefs, healthy Patrick Mahomes and that healthy offense. I think they beat the Jets. I think they sweep the Jets this year. But then week 17, if the Broncos, assuming the Broncos have their starters by then, are still playing their starters, I think that's an L for the Patriots for sure. If the Broncos are playing their starters, that's an L, and then they obviously end on a win playing the Dolphins. So the Patriots could very realistically and easily go 7-10 on the year this year and miss the playoffs entirely as opposed to getting back to the Super Bowl. 1000%. The Patriots this year have a better chance of missing the playoffs than they do of getting back to the Super Bowl. I think AJ will cook. AJ will get his numbers. But the Patriots aren't going back to the bowl. Not a shot. But that's all we got for today's edition of No Shame with Shane. If you haven't already, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to all of our social media platforms. And I'll be back later on with more shameless takes.